Let's get to know New Orleans wedding photographer Gabby Chapin. Couples spend more time with a photographer than any other vendor, so personality matters and a good match is super important. Here's 21 questions with Gabby. By the end, you're gonna feel like she's your BFF. Gabby, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
Today I ate oatmeal with blueberries and a little milk on top. Really simple, and I'm pretty hungry still. I'm a big eater and I love breakfast. So after this, I think I'll probably have more.
What is your favorite wedding shot and the one that you want every couple to get?
I want every couple to get a picture of them together. This seems obvious, right? But if you don't do a first look and you wait to see each other at the ceremony and you have a late wedding, later in the day, then you have your family pictures and you're eager and anxious naturally to get to the reception and the fun stuff. So sometimes it can get overlooked. This doesn't happen now that I've been doing this for so long because I make sure to have an honest conversation with my clients. But let's set aside some time to get pictures of just the two of you. And then after that, of course, the family photos always happen. Everybody's thinking about that. Let's make a little casual list of all of your friends and family that have traveled from far and wide that aren't a part of those group photos, the formal group photos. Let's make a list of them and make sure we run around the reception for a few minutes and get some candid shots of you guys together, really enjoying one another.
What do you think about when you're alone in your car?
I have a long drive. It's about an hour and 45 minutes to New Orleans, so I have a lot of time to think in the car. I think about everything. I do generally stop and pray a little bit. Every time I'm in the car, I just ask for a smooth, easy drive, and the same thing for my couples and clients. If I'm on my way to work, if I'm on my way to do something fun, then I make sure to take a minute to be grateful for the opportunity to do that. Otherwise, my favorite thing to do in the car is listen to really loud music, like really loud. It's obnoxious. I turn it down at every red light because it's so loud. It's probably bad for my ears, but alas, kid-free time, and I can listen to whatever I want as loud as I want. And I really take advantage of that.
Describe your style of photography.
Colorful, candid, true to life. I tend to stray from trendy and stick to more classic and timeless things. A tacky Christmas sweater is really fun, but ultimately I feel like those things that are going to stand the test of time are what we're really after.
What is your favorite 90s jam?
I was obsessed with Ani DeFranco in the 90s and early 2000s. I went to as many concerts as I could. I stood in line when I didn't have tickets. My sister helped me get free tickets several times from other people in line. I dragged my husband along to a couple of concerts in New Orleans when we were dating. Yeah, it was good. I loved Ani. That aside, I probably know every word still to a handful of Red Hot Chili Pepper songs. Nirvana, I was an alternative rock girl. If you could go see it at a music festival, I probably really dug it. This might be an embarrassing question. I don't know.
Finish this sentence. My best clients always
ask, when is the best time for pictures? And it's not because the pictures are the most important part of the wedding day, but it's because they want to make sure they set aside the time to get the pictures that they're really looking for. But also they set that time aside so that they're not being pulled away from the important moments of the day. That way the pictures can be a fun addition to your timeline rather than a distraction from the really important stuff, which is being with your friends and family, of course.
What was the last gift you gave someone?
Pickles. I have a huge garden this year because we've been home. So what else is there to do? We also have a lot of land and it's kept the kids occupied. I have cucumbers coming out of my ears. So I made a bunch of pickles and now I have pickles coming out of my ears. So I'm giving them away.
Tell us a duty that you have on wedding day that most people don't know about.
counselor to the bride. This is it. This is the number one thing. I am helping you pin loose pieces in your hair. I'm calming you down when the weather is crummy. I'm helping to wrangle and find absentee bridesmaids and family members, people that are late. If something isn't going quite right, I'm just ready to help. Or if things are just fabulous and you just want to be excited about that, I'm there to celebrate with you, because surprisingly, there's a few moments throughout the day where you're going to find yourself alone and not surrounded by friends or family, but I'm still there. So I'm there to be silent when you need me to be silent, and I'm an ear when you need an ear, and I'm an extra set of hands when I can put the camera down and help you.
What's the last thing you watched on TV, and why did you choose to watch it?
I'm currently watching Madam Secretary. My TV habits are all over the spectrum. Okay, time to embarrass myself a little bit. I did finish season 1 of Sweet Magnolias already, and I love When Calls the Heart. Hallmark is my jam. There's a lot of heavy in the world right now, so I really like easy and mellow, happy stuff in my TV. Although I did watch Outlander and Vikings and a bunch of really crazy grr shows too. Oh, I do love Schitt's Creek. That show is hilarious.
Tell us how you calm nerves on wedding day.
The number one way I calm nerves on a wedding day is to be calm. Be the change you want to see in the world. That is some real stuff, y'all. If you want people around you to be calm, be calm. And people will pick up on that. If you get hyper and nervous and anxious, then they are going to look to you as a mirror of how they should be acting or responding. And sorry, the AC just kicked on. If they're aware enough to see through that, then while you might not make them feel nervous or anxious, your anxious and nervous behavior is probably just going to irritate them and throw them out of their beautiful, happy little wedding bubble. So I'm just a calm person naturally, unless you ask my husband on the way to the airport. And then I'm like, why aren't we there yet?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to run a summer camp, an adventure nature camp for kids and teens and grown-ups alike. Ideally, I would have 100 acres with some rustic cabins and some water access, and not like, sorry, Louisiana, I love it here, but not Louisiana water access. Like the kind you can see in a little bit would be good. No snapping turtles or water moccasins. I've really thought this out, so I should probably just stop there, or else you're going to know all about my dream property in Vermont and exactly how many cabins and counselors and what our morning circle looks like and everything. So I'm going to stop.
What is your favorite thing about being an entrepreneur?
The freedom and flexibility. Both of my parents worked for themselves, so that's what I saw growing up. And I picked up on that. I've tried to have a few 9-to-5 jobs, so to speak, and it just really didn't work out. I'm apologizing, employers, for my tardiness when I was in those jobs, because I couldn't motivate. I love to serve others and to do things for other people, but ultimately when it comes to my business, I just love the freedom of working for myself and how it gives me so much time with my family. The freedom to have my weekdays free is wonderful.
Do you have kids, and how many?
So I do have kids. I have 3. I have 6-year-old twins, and I have a 4-year-old also. Never a dull moment. It's very busy here, especially since we homeschool, but it's great. We have some land. So like right now they're out there, and I'm glad that it's so bright that you can't see them like running around in their underwear being crazy.
Teach us something about photography that we don't know in 1 minute or less.
Okay, this is really simple, and many people do already know this. But folks, if you want to take something decent with your phone, which is what I'm using right now, then turn your face to the window. Like right now, right there is a window. And I close these blinds because the backlight on the phone is bad. With a real camera, you can work with this because you can change a lot of settings. But with something like a phone, always have your subject face the light source. So simple, but so important. And photographers, I know you know that already, but everybody else, maybe it'll help you take more lovely selfies. Face the light.
What do you work towards in your free time?
My free time. which I don't have a lot of right now. And over the last year, it's mostly CrossFit. I absolutely love the community that I found. Living out here in the country, far away from folks, we're spread out. We have some neighbors, and all of our neighbors are wonderful up and down the road. I do love that about country living. But so it's work, and it's homeschool, and then it's stuff around the house, and then any other free time. Since I'm so far from a lot of my friends in the city, I see them on my work trips. So then the rest of my time here, I'm like, I want to throw heavy weights around. It's a good stress relief. Y'all should try it. And CrossFit actually is for everybody. I mean, look at these arms. They're not fabulous. You'd be amazed at what you can do. And I love how it makes me feel like I can accomplish any challenge because it's so hard. Like every day I die a little bit, but it's worth it.
3 words that describe your photography.
Colorful, candid, and timeless. It's pretty easy.
What's your favorite quarantine project? And we'd love to see a picture.
My favorite quarantine project by far has been our garden. It's huge. We have corn, tomatoes, we had beans until the deer ate them all, which I was really frustrated about, but it's a learning process. Yellow squash, zucchini, we had okra, the deer ate them all. And cucumber, cantaloupe, radish, which I forgot to thin. So they just came out like these skinny, pitiful little things. But I'm learning. So that's definitely been a fun process. And the whole family has participated, which has been really beautiful.
Name a pandemic-related problem that you have solved for a client.
My pandemic problems as far as work have been really moderate. I had a light spring wedding wise anyways, so rearranging and rescheduling weddings and portrait sessions has been a really smooth process. I've also just been extremely blessed by amazing and understanding clients. Everybody's feeling the pinch. So simply helping them by being proactive in my email responses and making sure they know I'm available to help with questions and problems. I am a natural problem solver, so if I see somebody with an issue, I want to help. So I just make sure that everybody knows that I'm available for that, even if it's not in my job description. So just the basic stuff, rescheduling mostly.
Do you make your bed every morning?
No. No. I would, but I have to share it with my husband, and he is the messiest sleeper ever. Like I could get in and out of the bed in the morning and it's smooth and tidy. I don't know why. I move, but I don't rumple the covers. He thinks about moving and all the covers are twisted around him like a corn dog. It's insane. So no, I don't make it every day because we get up at different times. Not in the morning at least. But I do, oddly enough, make my bed every night before I get into it. Is that weird? I'm a Virgo. Maybe it's the control thing. I don't know. I just like it tidy when I climb in. It's so nice.
Where can we find you on social media?
Okay, so you can find me on the web at www.gabbychapin.com, or you can find me on Instagram. Those are the 2 things that I use the most. I do use Facebook, but mostly for personal interactions. And every once in a while, I'll put some business stuff on my studio page there, but I don't put too much on there.
What is your Enneagram type?
I had to write this one down because I didn't actually know. So I had to take the test before our interview. I am 99% a 1 and 79% a 9. So I am a perfectionist and a peacemaker. And this is pretty funny, but I guess a testament to the accuracy of the test. I was not pleased with my results. So I took it again and again, and I got the same thing. So I guess I'm a perfectionist, yes, but I guess because I'm also a peacemaker, thankfully, there's balance. So if something isn't perfect, that's okay. I'm not gonna stick to it so hard that it causes conflict because that goes against my being a peacemaker. So I like things to be right, especially in my business and for my clients. I like to make sure things are done properly and thoroughly and to the best of my abilities. And in that way, yes, I am definitely a perfectionist. And I guess the way I sleep in my bed too, not rumpling the covers, probably shows that a little bit as well. But look at the mess in the background. See that? It's not all. Like, you gotta let go.
I hope you enjoy getting to know Gabby. Thank you so much for watching, and happy wedding planning.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.